Hello friends, start by setting a medium saucepan on the stove and filling it with water. Drop in 3 medium potatoes and 1 large carrot. Then add 1 teaspoon of salt. Cover with a lid and bring it to a gentle boil. Let them simmer for about 20 to 30 minutes until they're tender. While the vegetables cook, let's prepare the chicken. Take 2 chicken breasts and cut them into small, bite-sized pieces. Chicken breast is such a wonderful lean protein, light, healthy, and perfect for keeping meals satisfying without being heavy. Friends, I'd be so happy to hear where you're from. Let me know your city, country, and if you're in the US, your state too. Place the chicken into a large mixing bowl. Now crack in 2 eggs. Next, chop up a small bunch of green onions. I love how green onions add a gentle, fresh flavor. Never too sharp, just enough to brighten up the dish. They remind me of springtime, when the first fresh greens appeared in the garden. If something is unclear in the recipe, just leave a comment, and I'll answer as soon as possible. Add them into the bowl. Finally, take a small bunch of parsley, chop it finely. Every time I chop parsley, I think of helping my grandmother in her kitchen garden, snipping fresh herbs to carry inside. Such small details, yet they made meals unforgettable. Liking this video would be appreciated. It's a great way to show your support. Add it in as well. For an extra boost of flavor, grate 3 cloves of garlic on a mini grater. Garlic may be small, but it works wonders. It wakes up the whole mixture with its rich aroma and gives our bodies a natural boost for the immune system. Friends, if you enjoy what you see, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications for similar recipes in the future. Add it right into the bowl. Next, take 7 ounces, or about 200 grams of cheese, and grate it on the large side of the grater. As the cheese melts later, it will bring a savory richness that makes our dish so irresistible. I always find this part comforting. The sound of cheese falling into soft curls reminds me of family dinners. Now let's season. Add 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of paprika, and 1 teaspoon of black pepper. For tenderness, add 1 tablespoon of mayonnaise and 1 tablespoon of sour cream. Finally, sprinkle in 2 tablespoons of flour to bind it all together. Mix thoroughly, making sure every piece of chicken is well coated. The mixture should feel rich, creamy, and full of promise. Now, place a frying pan over medium heat and drizzle in a little olive oil. Add half a stick, or about 60 grams of butter. Once the butter is melted, take a spoon and scoop small portions of the chicken mixture into the pan. Flatten them gently with the back of the spoon to form patties. Fry each patty for about 3 to 4 minutes per side until golden brown and cooked through. This recipe is one of the most delicious ways to cook chicken I've ever tried. It's been in my family for years. My grandmother first taught me how to make it, and every time I fry these patties, I feel like she's right here in the kitchen with me. By now, our potatoes and carrot should be cooked through. Check them with a knife or fork. They should slide in easily. Remove them from the saucepan and let them cool slightly. While they're cooling, place a small saucepan on the stove with water. Carefully add 4 eggs and bring to a gentle boil. Cook them for about 7 to 8 minutes. Once the potatoes have cooled just a bit, peel them gently and cut them into small cubes. Potatoes are always such a classic base for dishes like this. Hearty, nourishing, and comforting, in a way that never goes out of style. Transfer them into a large salad bowl. Next, cut the carrot into little cubes as well. Carrots bring that natural sweetness and are full of beta-carotene, so they're as good for our eyes as they are for our taste buds. And add it in. Now take one red onion and chop it into small cubes. I still remember how my grandmother always said that onions make every salad come alive. Add it to the bowl for a little crunch and a burst of color. Grate 2 cloves of garlic on a mini grater. As you do, you'll notice how quickly the aroma fills the kitchen. Warm, rich, and so inviting. Stir them in too. For a bit of tang, dice 4 to 6 medium pickled cucumbers into small pieces. That sharp, briny flavor is exactly what brightens everything up. My family always loved how pickles gave salads that special kick. Add them to the salad. By now, the eggs should be ready. Take them out of the water, let them cool, then peel carefully. Separate the whites from the yolks. Cut the whites into small cubes. They bring a gentle lightness and a bit of protein to the salad, balancing the heartier potatoes and vegetables. Add them into the salad bowl. Place the yolks aside. They're about to become the heart of our dressing. Finally, chop a small bunch of parsley finely. Fresh herbs always make me smile. They add not only color, but also vitamins and a touch of garden fresh brightness that makes a dish feel complete. toss it into the salad. Now, let's make the dressing. Take the yolks and mash them with a fork until smooth. Add 2 tablespoons of mayonnaise, 1 tablespoon of sour cream, and 1 teaspoon of mustard for that little tangy spark. Season with 1 teaspoon of salt. One teaspoon of black pepper. Then stir in 1 tablespoon of wine vinegar. Mix until it's velvety smooth, ready to pull all the flavors together. Pour the dressing over the salad and gently toss until every piece of vegetable and egg white is coated in that creamy goodness. The dressing ties everything together, giving the salad its classic flavor, fresh, tangy, and comforting. Now it's time to serve. Spoon a generous helping of the colorful salad onto a plate. Then place golden, tender chicken patties right beside it. Take a moment to enjoy how inviting it looks. The bright vegetables, the creamy salad, and the warm, cheesy patties make such a perfect pair. And then comes the best part. Tasting. I truly hope it brings the same comfort and joy to your table as it always has to mine. Thank you for cooking with me today. But don't go just yet. There's another cozy and tasty recipe I'd love to share with you. Pour a little olive oil into a large frying pan. Then melt half a stick, or about 60 grams of butter, right into it. The butter will give everything a rich, golden flavor that feels so comforting. Take 6 to 8 chicken thighs. Sprinkle each chicken thigh lightly with salt, enough to bring out the natural flavor of the meat. Then, one by one, place them into the hot pan. The moment they hit the butter, you'll hear that wonderful sizzle. That's the sound of flavor building. Let them cook for about 3 minutes on each side, turning gently with tongs until they develop that beautiful golden crust that locks in all the juices. Transfer them to a plate for now. Next, take 3 to 4 large potatoes and cut them into rings. Potatoes are such a classic comfort food, hearty, nourishing, and always reminding me of family dinners when the whole table went quiet for that first bite. Add them in the same pan. It's already full of flavor. Stirring well so they soak up all those buttery juices. Now slice one onion into half rings. As you cut, notice how the layers fall apart into delicate strips. It's such a simple, almost meditative task. Onions have always been a staple in family kitchens. I still remember how their sharp scent would fill the air as my mom cooked, a sure sign that dinner was on its way. Add the onion to the potatoes and give everything a good stir. The heat will soften it and bring out its gentle sweetness. Next, grate 2 cloves of garlic on a mini grater. Garlic brings that warm aroma we all love, and it's such a natural boost for the immune system. Add them in too. Cut 2 carrots into rings. As you slice, those bright orange rounds always bring a little cheer to the cutting board. Carrots don't just add natural sweetness to balance the savory flavors. They're packed with beta-carotene, which the body turns into vitamin A, wonderful for eye health and strong immunity. Add them to the pan and stir well, letting that vibrant color mix with the golden potatoes and onions. Then take 7 to 8 mushrooms, quarter them. Mushrooms bring that deep, earthy flavor. They always remind me of fall, when we'd come home from long walks and cook something hearty together. Add them in. Season with 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of black pepper, and 1 teaspoon of paprika. Stir everything well so the spices coat each vegetable. Finally, finely chop a bunch of fresh parsley. Fresh herbs add brightness and are packed with vitamins. Parsley in particular is wonderful for digestion and heart health. Sprinkle it over. Sauté the vegetables for another 5 to 7 minutes. Remove the pan from the heat. Now, lightly grease a baking dish with olive oil. Spread the vegetables evenly in the dish. Then place the chicken thighs right on top. Now for the glaze. In a small bowl, mix 2 tablespoons of honey, 5 tablespoons of soy sauce, 1 teaspoon of mustard, and 1 teaspoon of paprika. Stir until smooth. Brush this sweet and savory marinade generously over the chicken. Out of all the chicken recipes I've ever made, this one is truly my favorite. Bake in a preheated oven at 360 degrees Fahrenheit or 180 degrees Celsius for about 25 minutes. While the chicken and vegetables are baking, let's brighten things up with a fresh salad. Start by chopping a couple of handfuls of peppery arugula. Arugula has that lively bite that always makes a salad feel special. And it's rich in vitamins A and C. Wonderful for boosting our immunity. Place it in a bowl. Next, chop 1 red bell pepper. Its sweet crunch always reminds me of summer gardens. We used to pick peppers right off the vine and eat them fresh. Add it to the bowl. Slice 1 cucumber into half rings. Cucumbers bring that cool, refreshing crispness that balances everything else. toss it in too. Now, cut 1 tomato into thin strips. Tomatoes are full of lycopene, a powerful antioxidant for heart health, but I just love how their juiciness makes every bite taste brighter. Transfer it to the bowl. Cut 1 avocado in half. Dice it. Avocado gives that creamy richness and plenty of healthy fats to keep us feeling satisfied. Add the pieces in. Finally, tear fresh mozzarella into small pieces and scatter them over the top. I always think this step feels a little playful, just tearing by hand, the way my grandmother used to when she made salads for Sunday dinners. For the dressing, in a small bowl, whisk together 2 tablespoons of olive oil, 1 teaspoon of mustard, 1 tablespoon of lemon juice, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of oregano, and 1 teaspoon of black pepper. Pour the dressing over the salad and toss gently so all the flavors mingle without bruising those fresh greens. Take the chicken and vegetables out of the oven. The aroma alone is enough to gather everyone around the table. Place one of those golden chicken thighs on a plate. Then add a generous spoonful of the roasted vegetables alongside. Finish with a helping of the fresh, colorful salad to brighten the plate. And there you have it, tender chicken with perfectly crisp skin, hearty vegetables roasted to sweetness, and a salad that adds freshness and balance. It's a meal that feels both comforting and special, made for sharing with the people you love most. I truly hope this recipe brings the same joy and warmth to your home that it always brings to mine. Thank you for cooking with me today. But that's not all. I have a second, equally delicious recipe for you. Take a glass bowl and crack in 2 eggs. Sprinkle in 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of chicken seasoning, and 1 teaspoon of paprika. Now pour in 1 cup or 250 milliliters of water, letting it bring everything together. Take a whisk and beat everything together until smooth. Don't rush this step. The more you whisk, the lighter and airier the eggs become, and that's what gives the batter a soft, fluffy texture once cooked. Now, add 2 cups, or 250 grams of flour to the bowl. Whisk again until the mixture is silky and smooth with no lumps left. This might take a minute or two, but it's worth it. A well-blended batter is the secret to tender, evenly coated chicken. Next, take 3 chicken breasts. Cut them into small, even pieces, just like I show in the video. Take your time here. I still remember standing beside my mother as she taught me how to slice carefully and evenly, showing me how important patience is in cooking. Keeping the pieces the same size helps them cook evenly and ensures every bite is just right. Once they're cut, drop the chicken into the batter. Stir well, making sure each piece is completely coated. Cover the bowl with plastic wrap and let it rest in the refrigerator for 15 minutes so the flavors come together. In a small bowl, combine 2 ounces or 60 grams of sour cream and 1 ounce or 30 grams of mayonnaise. Stir until smooth and creamy. This simple base pairs beautifully with the crispy chicken. Then add 1 ounce or 30 grams of ketchup and mix again until the sauce is perfectly blended, creamy, tangy, and just a little sweet. Grate 1 garlic clove on a mini grater. Right away, that bold, warm aroma fills the kitchen. Garlic has been part of family kitchens for generations, loved not only for its deep, rich flavor, but also for the way it supports our health and strengthens the immune system. Just a touch is enough to make the sauce come alive. Stir it in gently. Now, take 1 small cucumber and grate it on the same grater. Its crisp freshness brings a light, cooling note that balances the richness of the sauce. I always think of summer afternoons in the garden when I add cucumber. That clean, refreshing taste feels like a little memory of sunshine on the plate. Mix it in until smooth. Then finely chop a small bunch of parsley. Parsley is more than a garnish. It adds a burst of freshness and a garden bright flavor, while also being rich in vitamin C and antioxidants. It even helps with digestion, which makes it both delicious and wholesome. Add it to the bowl. Stir everything well, and your sauce is ready, creamy, fresh, and full of flavor. Finely chop 5 to 6 green olives. They add that wonderful briny note. Little bursts of salty tang that give the sauce a touch of Mediterranean charm. I always think of olives as tiny jewels of flavor, never overpowering, but adding just enough depth to make the dish feel extra special. Stir them in and give the sauce one last mix. It's now creamy, refreshing, and layered with beautiful flavors. Next, pour 3 cups, or 750 milliliters, of vegetable oil into a frying pan and warm it gently over medium heat. While the oil heats up, take the bowl of chicken out of the fridge and peel away the plastic wrap. Set a separate bowl beside you with about 1 cup or 120 grams of flour. With a pair of tongs, lift 1 piece of chicken at a time and roll it gently in the flour. That light coating is what gives us that irresistible golden crunch once it fries. When it's ready, carefully lower the chicken into the hot oil. The moment it touches the pan, you'll hear that happy sizzle, the sound that always tells us something delicious is on the way. Fry each piece for about 3 minutes per side until they're beautifully golden and crisp. Remember, don't crowd the pan. Giving each piece space ensures it cooks evenly and keeps its wonderful crunch. When the chicken is ready, place the pieces on a plate. Serve with a small bowl of our homemade sauce on the side. I have to say, this recipe is one of the tastiest chicken dishes I've ever made in my life. It's extra special to me because it was passed down from my grandmother. And just like in her kitchen, these golden bites always disappear first from the table. I hope this recipe fills your home with warmth and brings the same comfort and joy to your family as it does to mine. Thank you for cooking with me today. Until next time, happy cooking.